Living at the beach sounds perfect. White sand, warm weather, ocean views, and honestly, it can be amazing. But today I want to talk about something that almost nobody talks about, why some people are actually leaving Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. This isn't a negative video, and it's not anti-beach, and it's definitely not meant to scare anyone off. This is about real-world friction. These are the things that you don't understand unless you actually live here, and for some people, these could actually be deal breakers. I'm Jeff Nelson with IXL Real Estate Eastern Shore and News Alert. This video is about if you're planning on living in Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. If you're an investor, you actually probably want some of these things to be happening. So this video is for people mainly if you're thinking about living here. So if you are thinking about moving to the beach or investing here, this is the stuff that I believe you should know before you actually make a decision and not after. Tourism never really turns off. One of the first things that surprises people is how much tourism actually affects daily life. Most people assume it's busy for a couple of summer months and then everything calms down. That's not really how it works. Spring break rolls into summer, summer rolls into fall events, and then you've got snowbirds. Then festival season starts back up again. Grocery stores are crowded, restaurants have waits, and beach access fills up. You don't really escape crowds here, you actually just learn to live around them. For some people that energy is exciting, and for others that could actually slowly wear them down. I actually lived in Gulf Shores. I had a condo in Gulf Shores, not on the beach, but on the Intercoastal Waterway in a place called Sailboat Bay. But it was off the main drag, off of 59, which goes right down to the beach. And so I lived there for 2 years. It was a great, quiet community, away from the crowds at the beach. And you did learn to live around tourism. And so there was just certain times, mainly on Saturdays, usually between 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday to about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, it's going to be more crowded than usual because that's what we call the turnaround day, the turnaround time for tourism coming in, tourists coming in for 7-day stints. And usually Saturday is the turnaround day for people coming in and leaving. So those are days that you usually just learn to work around. Traffic is a daily tax, and this is actually one of the biggest ones. On a map, everything looks close, but in real life, traffic at the beach doesn't work the way people expect. You've got limited roads, you've got bridges that funnel everyone through the same choke points, and when there's an accident or bad weather, everything stops. 2 miles can take 30 minutes. Running a quick errand becomes something you plan around time of day, season, and events. Some people are fine with that, and others eventually say, I didn't move here to sit in traffic. Once again, if you're an investor, you don't really care about this because you love the tourism, but talking about if you live here. Insurance shock. This is a big reality check for a lot of homeowners. The mortgage usually isn't the problem, insurance is. Wind insurance, flood insurance, higher deductibles, changing requirements. Then if you're in a condo, you also have to factor in assessments and rising HOA fees tied to insurance cost. Every year, some homeowners get that renewal notice and think, I didn't budget for this. That alone causes some people to rethink long-term plans. I must say, our weather is pretty nice down here in Lower Alabama, but it isn't always pretty. People love the sunshine here, and rightly so. But living on the coast also means living with hurricanes and tropical systems. That doesn't mean constant fear. Locals don't panic. But it does mean preparation, uncertainty, and disruption. Evacuations do happen from time to time, storm prep becomes routine, and work and school schedules get interrupted. For people who have never lived in a coastal area before, this can be emotionally exhausting over time. Some people thrive in it. Others decide it's more stress than they want long term. Most people who do leave the beach, they don't leave angry, they just leave tired. Tired of traffic, tired of rising costs, tired of feeling like life is a little louder and a little busier than they imagined. And here's the key point, they didn't fail at beach living. Beach living just wasn't what they expected to be long term. For many people, it's an incredible chapter, just not a forever plan. Now, let me say this clearly. Plenty of people do stay here and stay here happily. They adjust expectations, they plan around seasons, they accept the trade-off. Beach life is absolutely worth it for the right person. So the problem isn't the beach. The problem is when somebody moves here and they chase a vacation lifestyle instead of choosing a real lifestyle. So if you're thinking about moving to Gulf Shores or Orange Beach, my job is not to sell you a dream. My job is to help you understand the reality, the good and the hard, so you can decide for yourself if this is a right fit for you. So if it fits, great. If it doesn't fit, that's okay too. Making an informed decision is always the win. All right, so one more time, just mainly talking today about people moving down to the Alabama coast and not investing, because the investment market, as most people understand, is huge. And we have close to 10 million people that come down here and they have to stay somewhere. So investing in these condos is fantastic. But this video is mainly for those who are thinking about moving to Gulf Shores or Orange Beach. So either one, whichever case you may be, my phone number is 251-654-2523. That is my cell number. You can call or text, or of course you can email me anytime you want, and I would be happy to answer questions for you. So give me a call, and I look forward to talking to you again on the next one. It should be a good one. Talk to you soon.